We love our chickens because they can be adventurous, loving, and sometimes even a little bit crazy. But one of the reasons we adore our feathered friends is because of the eggs they lay for us. 94% of households consume eggs on a regular basis, so I'm sure that many of us have our favorite egg dishes. Eggs just seem so simple and basic. But have you ever considered what a hen has to go through each and every time she lays an egg? I haven't until very recently, and today I'd like to share all about the process of oviposition, which is the scientific word for egg laying, with you. So let's get started. So I think the first thing for you that is important to understand is that the process of oviposition has to deal with the hen's reproductive system. Don't worry, parents, I'll be keeping things G-rated today. I'll just be sticking to the facts and won't be getting into anything too technical. So a hen's reproductive system is divided into two main parts, the ovary and the oviduct. The ovary, although very small, is already inside of a young chicken at her hatch. It contains 13,000 to 14,000 tiny yolks that are also known as ova. The yolks grow due to the presence of yolk fluid. Each yolk starts out as a single cell and is surrounded by its own vitelline membrane, a protective film to keep water out. Yolk gets its distinctive yellow-orange color from something called xanthophylls. Xanthophylls are fat-soluble pigments that come from the hen's diet. At the beginning of each oviposition cycle, a fully developed yolk is released from the ovary. The release is caused by a rupture along the stigma or suture line. This release happens 30 to 75 minutes after the previous egg was laid, and this is a process known as ovulation. The second main part of a hen's reproductive system is known as the oviduct. The oviduct is a long, convoluted tube that is 25 to 27 inches long and is divided into 5 major sections: the funnel, the magnum, the isthmus, the shell gland or uterus, and the vent. Before I continue to explain the process, I think there is something that is very important for you to understand. The hen's left oviduct is its only functional one. The right remains rudimentary or imperfectly developed. Now, back to the oviposition process, starting with the funnel. The funnel, also known as the infundibulum, is 3 to 4 inches long, and it catches the yolk released by the ovary at the start of every cycle. The developing egg is only here for 15 to 18 minutes, and it is also while it is in the funnel that fertilization must take place. If that does not happen, the developing yolk will move on to the second section of the oviduct, which is the magnum. The magnum is an impressive 13 inches long and is actually the largest section of the oviduct, as its name even implies. The developing egg remains here for 3 hours. It is during this time that the egg white, or albumin, is deposited around the yolk. The third section of the oviduct is known as the isthmus. The isthmus is a slightly constricted tube, and it is here where the shell membranes are added to the egg, along with some water and minerals. The egg remains in the isthmus for a mere 75 minutes. The egg then migrates from the isthmus to the shell gland or uterus. The shell gland is 4 to 5 inches long, and the egg is in this oviduct section for the longest, and an astonishing 20 plus hours. The shell gland, as its name implies, places the shell on the egg. Eggshell is primarily made up of a substance called calcium carbonate. The hen's bone calcium accounts for 47% of the calcium needed for making the shell, the rest coming from the hen's diet. The color of the egg shell is also determined in the shell gland, as chicken eggs come in a vast variety of different colors and shades. The fifth and final section of the oviduct is the vent. The vent is 4 to 5 inches long, and it doesn't really play a part in the egg's formation. It is made up of a smooth muscle, which helps to push out the egg out of the hen's body, and therefore complete the process of oviposition. Now that you understand the oviposition process and the behind-the-scenes work of how eggs are produced, you are probably wondering who I am and just how I came up with such a unique topic. So allow me to explain. Ever since I was 8 years old, Chickens have always fascinated me. I joined 4-H that same year, and the poultry project was one of the first projects I signed up for. I stuck with the poultry project for years to follow, and when I was around the age of 13, I was invited to join my county's junior avian bowl team after scoring decently well on a poultry knowledge test at a county event that same year. Avian Bowl is a 4-H team competition that is run similar to the game show Jeopardy, except all the questions are about birds. Being a junior avian bowler was exhaustingly fun, so I was eager to return as a senior avian bowler. Being a senior works the exact same way, except I was now eligible to attend National Avian Bowl in Kentucky if my team won the state championship. I worked really hard and won the state championship, meaning that I advanced to nationals. I then flew across the country to Kentucky with my teammate. I gave the competition everything I had and placed second at nationals for my efforts. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience at nationals, but what made it even more endearing and special was the journey it took for me to get there. I had been through many personal trials, including many health problems in the months leading up to the competition, but no matter what I was currently going through or how sick I was, I never stopped studying, and I tried to keep a positive attitude. These are lifelong skills that I acquired from Avian Bowl, and they have shaped me into the individual that I am today. Part of my success at nationals was due to my attention to detail on the oviposition section. I answered a lot of critical questions on it during the competition. I'm now really passionate on the subject matter. Since I'm now retired from Avian Bowl after nationals, I'm giving back to the program as an assistant coach by teaching other kids and hoping to give them the same incredible journey and invaluable life lessons that I acquired along the way. I hope that by watching my video essay today, you are inspired by my story, as well as the oviposition process itself, and will want to learn more about it. Here are the resources I use for this project if you would like to do some of your own research. Thank you so much for watching.